Welcome to another video on Thunderstone Advanced Numenera. I found some other new things with questions. One of them being how the dungeon halls work for the monsters. How do they move? For the solo it is different than for the multiplayer, and for solo it means that if the monster is not defeated, if you do a combat, then instead of putting it on the bottom of the deck, this deck, can you see that? Let's see, so. This deck, then it exits the dungeon hall, and then as a side effect all the monsters slide up until the first monster reaches rank 1, and the rest is filled up. So they had from the so if you had 2 cards, say these are monster cards, this exits, yeah, then what first happens is this goes to 1, this goes to 2, so it moves along, and then you draw new cards to fill it up. So that's quite important, of course, to be able to reason for over the game. Let's put it here. Then there was another question I had. I defeated the Broken Hound. That's not the question. Let's see. Is it here? Yeah, so this is my discard pile. If you defeat a monster, then you gain it as a trophy. And then there are 2 things here, like for example, Roguelite -1 and Aftermath. Don't know if you can read it. So what happens when you enter the dungeon? This Roguelite -1 does not have effect because it's not a trophy effect. There should be the literal keyword trophy. And for Aftermath it's the same thing. The only thing that these cards do is provide money. This effectively is all ignored. Only when you see the word trophy. For example, monster with this word trophy. That was an Iron Wind, but just for the example. The Roguelite -1, in case the rank is 4. It was the Bloodhound was on rank 4. I was a bit stumped because what does that mean then? I use Roguelite -1, but it cannot go to rank 5 or something. The most dark place is the rank 4. But what you do is you gain the you sum the light of your hand, and then you subtract 1 from that light. So I had, for example, 3 light. Also, I could have spent the yellow things that I gained so far. But say that I had net 3 light, and it's -1, it's 2 light. And that means that you look at rank 2, and you suffer the underlying penalty. So it's a -2 to my attacks. So first you do the light, then you do the attacks, and then you try to beat this score. So it wasn't really hard, but I thought it was worth noting. And the aftermath gain one disease. There are no diseases in Numenera, but they are called Iron Winds. And yes, here you see disease and denied. So it's like a nano mutation. The problem is that if you go into the village, and then it steals the money. So it's -1 money that you can spend. But if you go into the dungeon, it has something nice because you draw a card. So well, also if you go into the village. So if you go into the village, you gain -1 to the money, but you can draw a card from your draw pile. For the dungeon, you can also draw 1 card from the draw pile going into the dungeon, which can mean, well, if you prepared it, for example, that you know that there is enough light. So I think it's not entirely negative. That's what I want to say. I was completely focusing on getting rid of all these diseases which I accumulated, but I don't think it is but it has also the benefit of drawing an extra card. The problem that I have now is that this cute little thing, the it's in, is immune to weapons other than bows, plus it's doom laden, which means that some other effects from other monsters can be triggered if there is a doom laden present. But immune to weapons other than bows, well, the monsters have been set up according to the scenario, and as well as the village things. So I guess it's some kind of puzzle how to beat this it's in. And all these things have this is physical attack, physical attack, physical attack, physical attack. This is magic attack by energy cutter, and this is magic attack, the clever. And all the rest is, well, either no attack or here you have the ray emitter, which is also, it gives a light if a cleric is present, but the set of hero cards for this scenario don't have a cleric, so all it does is adds strength to a hero, but strength is not attack. Strength is being able to carry a heavy weapon. So there are various ways you can build your deck towards being able to wield strong, heavy weapons, but the weapons that we have here is dart thrower, for example. It weighs 5, and a regular can only carry 3. You can see that here, 3. Is that true? No. This is the gold cost for buying it. This is the left thing is the heavy thing. Now the dart thrower is it weighs 5 pounds or something, 5 units. So for example, I drew my hands not thinking about it with dart thrower, but the thing is also that rangers of any strength may equip this weapon. So what is a ranger? So the regular is not a ranger. The only ranger is a ranged guy, a hero. It has the keyword ranger. So it's quite an involved game. And every time you have something different to think about. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to defeat a monster that is immune to weapons other than bows. Um, for bows, I only have dart thrower, and for dart thrower, uh, I need a ranger. So I can go for that, but I also need to cool my deck. Okay, bye.